quadrants, but angel style. I wasn't going to do it, but she just talked me into it. I discussed it yesterday with Robert, and so we're going to do that as well. We'll just do a little quick version of it, but usually you would do this at the end of the universal angelic process, but we've done enough right now. We could do it. It's different. It's the same and different as the org programming. You're working the four quadrants, right? Which is the same. But when we're working the org program, for those that have done the org program, we go through the left side of the body, the front side of the body, the right side of the body, and the back side of the body. And really, we're not working the body, we're working the aura on each side of the body, right? And we're breaking down, the negative elements and negative thought forms and, energetic patterns and the energy of thought and all these aspects, even the collective unconscious and conscious that impacts these different areas, right? And so, even aspects of the intuitive mind are in the aura. Like, when we did that part where we did the Jungian aspects, where we looked at the shadow self and we looked at, the anima, animus, and when we looked at, you know, the persona and all these aspects are also within the aura. So when we go through and we're doing the aura programming, part of what we're doing is we're shifting these things from their negative influences and we're cultivating their like positive influences and eventually shifting away from the influence of just being driven by the lower nature, and we're helping to bring in more soul energy to be like surrounded by the pure white light. When we're driven by the lower nature, we're surrounded by the dirty gray energy of all our past experiences and the drives of the lower body. That is literally alchemy. It's shifting the aura from like the color of lead or dirty gray to eventually white and eventually gold, right? So that is the kind of the journey of what auric programming is. And so that's why there's multiple aspects of the auric programming, not just the auric programming, but the physical blockages, the physiology, the cognitive processes, the intuitive component, and then eventually the soul energy, right? Where we're trying to transform this aspect of the aura. Now, as we work with angels, right, that deepens a level of healing in our body, especially on the emotional level, still mental, still in the physical realm, but it's touching things that are way beyond our intellect. It's like we talk about like going beyond the senses, but even with the idea of the mind, it's hard to go beyond the senses. It's almost like we need somebody to grab our hand and go, let's go way over there, right? And that's what angels do for us, is they help us go way beyond the senses, that our normal mental faculties, our normal, emotional faculties aren't able to take us there, right? And so there's a level of healing that can happen with angels that's much deeper than just, I would like to have some healing in my body or in my mind, or, it's a much deeper form of healing. And the deeper forms of psychotherapy are really more spiritual healing than psychological healing, right? And so when we start to work with the angels and the aura, it's not going slow, it's actually going faster. Because like when we go faster, we're bringing in that angelic energy and we're amplifying these positive aspects within the aura. Even if we've never worked the org programming before, you're still bringing in this kind of light that has, it's an energy with consciousness, and then you're expanding it within the energy body, right? So it's just like how we did the mantra where you go left, front, right, back, but then you keep picking up the pace. Left, front, right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front, right, back. Visualizing it as a whole doesn't do that. I mean, we're bringing some energy, but we want the angelic tornado to come in and flush things out of our system. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold the bottle up to your nose. You're going to take some nice, long, slow, deep breaths for a moment. And then I'm going to guide you through the directions. Okay, okay, so you're inhaling. So when we say left, front, right, back, you're doing the whole left side of the face, neck, shoulder, all the way down to the ankle, right? Then when you do the front side, you're doing the face, throat, chest, abdomen, down the front of the legs to the tops of the feet. Then you go to the right side of the face, neck, shoulder, all the way down to the ankle. And then when you do the back side, the back of the head, neck, the whole back, the hips, down the backs of the legs to the heels, right? So top to bottom, we're going in quadrants, okay? So you're inhaling the angel. Your awareness is on the left side. Now move it to the front. Now move it to the right. Now move it to the back side. Okay. So ready? So left, front, right, back. 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 Be still. And we'll keep expanding for a moment, so just be still. That was just a little taste of it. But how did that feel? How did that, you start grinning ear to ear, by the way?
Oh my gosh, it was like fun and amazing. And when we were still, it was just like
Yeah,
seeing things like I've never seen things
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Well,
So we're going to be doing more of this. This isn't just an isolated thing. We've been building towards this for ever since we started the org programming. This was on the table. The more that you've done the org programming, the more potent this angel version becomes. The org programming and healing and even dealing with like symptom oriented approaches and things like with the chakras and the colored energies, all of that is alchemy. And then you look at the angels, how the work we do with the angels, it's third G. And then when we look at the different things we do with the planetary energies and going deeper on the aspects and the astrological signs, it's working the planetary aspects. And so each one of them is developing something, but they very much interact with each other and overlap each other. It's how we talk about like in meditation, there's concentration, there's awareness, and oneness. Those are very small ideas of alchemy, um, angels, and the planetary energies. The alchemy is the concentration, the focus. The angels are a much deeper version of awareness, and the planetary aspects are a deep level of oneness. And so they become a bigger thing altogether, but they interact with each other. But it's good to develop each piece independently so that when they do come together, there's this bigger emergence of something much bigger. Yeah, very, very interesting. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do shares and questions. And, this isn't an isolated thing. Like I said, we're going to be doing much more of this, even in the angel encyclopedia thing, how we do breakout groups, where we've done a couple Mondays, where we've done, there's going to be continuing education coming in that manner as well. So anyway,
yeah, go ahead, Robert.
hey, Robert.
Hey, Greg. So when I was doing that, I was trying to follow my breathing with the left front, right back. And then after a while, I couldn't keep them in sync.
Right.
Is there one or the other, or is it sort of loose and do whatever?
It's almost like they become kind of like independent. Like you're inhaling the oil, but you're like spinning that. Your breath won't be like at first. Your breath will be able to keep up because you're kind of going slow. But as it gets faster, there's no way you would be able to keep up. So like
Yeah.
you just kind of keep inhaling as you kind of keep doing that loop. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there were times I was a little lightheaded or breathless or both.
Yeah.
And
So
so I slowed down the breathing cycle, and it was very
that's fine.
interesting to watch the shift.
Yeah. I would say at some point, how you do your inhalation and exhalation, and we do like 3 to 15 on one and then 3 to 15 on the other. With doing this angel work at at some point, one inhalation, you'll go all the way around. Like you'll inhale, and as you're
Way around.
inhaling, front or like left, front, side,
uh,
back.
And then
Yeah.
exhale on the next time around. And
If you're going fast, it depends on how fast you're going. At first, it might be inhale, exhalation, and you make one way around. But there's times where there's an inhalation where I go around, an exhalation I go around, an inhalation I go around, an exhalation I go around. Yeah, it's
awesome.
it's a different. I mean, we're still doing something similar, but the goal and the mechanics are different, and so you know, it takes a little while to get used to it, but then once you get used to it, it's very addicting. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And I'm looking forward to going back and doing the angel from yesterday. if I could remember who it was.
I think it was a
Number two.
Doniel. Right?
Ah, yes. Okay. Thank you. Have a great,
Here's-
that was a great weekend.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, you're the one that kind of stimulated this last little process. I mean, I was going to present it, but probably not for another few weeks.
Oh, I'm happy you did it. Thank you much.
Right, they had us some shares in here. The Angel White scrub brushes were hard at work.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Doesn't it feel like there's like a scrubbing or a
Mr.
uh,
Clean White
yeah,
Tornado Eraser.
yeah, it's this like tornado of just, you know, flushing things out. And you know, that is an energetic technique of like kind of spinning your aura that way. It's usually used in shielding, and it's usually used in can be used in healing a little bit, but usually it's like you build a shield and then you spin it. But it's based on this deeper idea of theurgy. You know, this idea is not something that I came up with. This is a very old ancient technique. But you have to kind of like train yourself or work your way up to it. You know, because you know there is no just like impersonating it. You know, like sometimes we do a technique and we're going through the motions, but it's not really like this one. You really have to be doing it. It's like it's based on ability, not on a technique. And so it takes a little bit to build up to it, but once it's there, you can keep going and going and going, and it keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. Yeah. There's still all kinds of little things that we're going to be learning about with the angels and the planets, but it's, you know, it's coming together.
Well, and it feels like because we did those vagal tone, like the kind of regular stuff, that angel work, it just like amplifies it. I know it
Yeah,
also
yeah.
helps with the vagal tone, but I feel like
Yeah, yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah. They do like each other. They do play off each other.
That was so fun. Thank you.
Yeah, kind of a nice way to end the day. Yeah.
I mean, everyone.
Okay. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the weekend and everything. We'll be doing a study group on Wednesday for this, and you know, the mentoring will probably have the forms go out this week. And so we're not sure what day, but we just need to do a little bit more testing and yeah, we're going to be starting the mentoring program here pretty quick. So lots of good coordinated information coming out to you guys and helping you do your practices specifically for you. Like that's what our goal is. And so, you know, the classes present information in a particular way, but I'm going to take it and keep just fine tuning it to each and every one of you, or at least whoever wants it. So, well, thanks for hanging out and hope you had a good class. And I always enjoy these because we get to like chat and talk about things in ways that we don't in normal classes. And so I think I find these to be more fun than you guys. But anyway.